You've arrived at a place most souls will never even sense. This isn't just another spiritual video. This is a threshold. And what lies beyond it won't just shift your thoughts. It will rewire your energetic blueprint. Let that echo before you receive the 13 sacred codes, not etched in ink but encoded in the geometry of vibration. You must understand what you're truly holding. This is ancient fire, disguised in modern language. The emerald tablets were never written for the noise of the masses. They were whispered forward, for those who feel the pressure of the invisible, for those who sense that beneath all this chaos, there is a design. For the quiet rebels of the soul who've always known, there's more. And if your skin tingles, if your heart races with no reason, that's not adrenaline, that's alignment. Your frequency is remembering, because this isn't knowledge entering you. It's wisdom reactivating within you. These aren't teachings, they're frequency switches, each one reshaping how you breathe, interpret life, and magnetize the universe. When Thoth spoke, he didn't address crowds. He spoke to the one who was ready. Not to follow, not to obey, but to become. Here's what they never tell you about the spiritual path. It doesn't make life easier, it makes it clearer. It doesn't hand you all the answers. It sharpens the questions, and most of all, it doesn't add more to you. It burns away what was never yours. When you begin to vibrate differently, you stop fitting in, you outgrow places, people, patterns. You lose your appetite for the shallow, the scripted, the safe. That isn't isolation, that's ascension. And this is where it begins, with 13 keys that were encoded into time, wrapped in metaphor, shielded from the ego and the algorithm alike. They were never meant to be trending. They were made to be timeless. But hear this clearly, these lessons are not for everyone. Most will scroll past. Most will forget. Most will choose the numbness of comfort over the fire of awakening. But not you. You didn't stumble here, you vibrated here. Maybe you felt unrooted lately. Maybe the world has stopped making sense. Maybe something ancient has been whispering through the silence. That's not a coincidence. That's resonance. The Great Return has begun. Thoth called it the Great Return. The moment when those who've wandered lifetimes in forgetfulness finally remember. But here's the vow. You must not consume this like content. You must receive it as initiation. Don't just watch, absorb. Don't just agree, vibrate. These lessons will challenge the parts of you still living on autopilot. They'll confront your shadow. They'll unravel your limits. They'll awaken what your DNA has never forgotten. You were not made for survival. You were not born to be domesticated by systems that strip your essence. You are here to transmit a frequency so powerful, it alters reality. These 13 codes, they are your tuning fork. They won't explain the world. They'll retune your presence inside it. Now, silence. One breath, one pulse. This is your final still moment before ignition. Drop into your body. Feel the electricity of your being. Let your chest become a portal, open like a satellite, receiving what your soul has been waiting for. Because what's coming isn't information, it's remembrance. These keys aren't arriving from the outside, they're awakening from within. So as we cross this threshold together, remember, you are not here to become someone new. You are here to remember who you've always been, and from that remembrance, reshape the world. Code 1 is not the beginning, it is the unlocking. Are you ready? Code 1, vibration. Everything is vibration, not metaphorically, not poetically, literally. The walls around you, the screen you're reading this on, the thoughts you're having right now, all of them are vibrating fields of energy, just spinning at different speeds. You don't live in a world of matter. You live in a sea of frequency. Your body is energy slowed down. Your emotions are energy in motion. Even the words echoing in your mind right now. Vibrations, pulses, frequencies. And when your frequency is off, nothing works. Dreams stall. The mind grows restless. The body starts to ache. You push and hustle and grind, but everything around you just feels stuck. Why? Because you're trying to change your reality without changing your resonance. But Thoth, the ancient keeper of knowledge, had revealed a secret. Vibration isn't just the foundation of the universe, and it's the command code. He didn't leave us rules to obey. He left us keys to unlock. And the first one was this: master your frequency, or be ruled by the frequencies of others. The moment you understand this, you stop fighting the mirror and start changing the signal. You see, reality doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to what you are. And what you are is what you vibrate. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you emit. This is why some people effortlessly manifest abundance, love, clarity, while others chase for years and remain empty-handed. It's not about hard work. It's about energetic alignment. The chair beneath you is vibrating. The thoughts in your head are vibrating. The field around your heart is vibrating. Everything you touch, everything you feel, everything you are, it's all moving, pulsing, responding. And when your field is misaligned, the universe gets confused. That's why things feel off. That's why you feel disconnected. You're broadcasting one frequency, but desiring another. The lesson? Don't chase outcomes. Shift the vibration that attracts them. Your energy is the blueprint. Your vibration is the signal. Your frequency is the architect of your fate. It begins with awareness. Feel your current state, not your mood, not your thoughts, but the underlying signal you're emitting right now. Is it desperation, fear, doubt, or is it clarity, trust, and magnetism? Because until you tune your frequency, every action is a shot in the dark. Every affirmation feels hollow. Every ritual falls flat. But when you shift your vibration, even your silence becomes magnetic. This isn't law of attraction light. This is the law before the law, the hidden law, the first law, the law of vibration. Thoth didn't give us advice. He gave us structure. He didn't want us to guess. He wanted us to know. Frequency is not philosophy. It's physics. And if you want a different reality, stop tweaking the illusion. Start altering the signal. This is where transformation begins, not with effort, but with energetic engineering. Your vibration is either a prison or a portal. You decide. So ask yourself now, not what do I want, but what do I vibrate? And if the answer doesn't align, don't panic. Just shift, because everything begins here. Lesson 1 is complete, and the frequency has already started to rise. Code 2. Consciousness commands. Reality. Reality doesn't happen to you. You summon it. That world you see around you, the chaos, the silence, the breakthroughs, the breakdowns. It's not out there, it's you reflected back at you with ruthless precision. You've been taught to chase money, chase love, chase purpose. But no one ever told you the raw truth. You don't chase energy. You generate it. Your thoughts are not innocent. Your feelings are not private. Your beliefs are not passive. They are signals, and signals are power. At every second, you're emitting a broadcast, an invisible frequency that carves your reality into existence. You think it's the world doing this to you? Wrong, the world is just the mirror. You are the architect behind the glass. Thoth didn't speak in riddles. He delivered laws, raw, brutal, universal. And this is one of them. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. That's not metaphor, that's code. And it runs every atom in the multiverse. Your consciousness is not just a state of mind, it's a magnetic field, and it pulls in exactly what aligns with it, whether you like it or not. Still waiting for your life to change, while your inner world stays poisoned by fear, scarcity, doubt, then you're waiting for a train that's never coming. Because here's the hard spiritual science, you're always manifesting. Always. Whether it's joy or suffering, clarity or confusion, the universe doesn't discriminate. It just obeys. Your pain isn't punishment. It's evidence of what your energy is locked into. And if you're stuck, it's not because life is unfair. It's because your frequency is on autopilot, stuck on a station you don't even realize you're broadcasting. The world doesn't respond to words. It responds to vibrational authority. So the question becomes, what are you unconsciously commanding into your life? Are you vibrating survival or sovereignty? Are you broadcasting desperation or dominion? Are you tuned to trauma or transcendence? Every choice you make, every emotion you entertain, every thought you nurture, it shapes the energetic field surrounding you. And that field is not passive. It's a blueprint that the universe reads like scripture. Thoth didn't teach people to beg for miracles. He taught them to become the frequency of their miracles, because once you shift the signal, the entire simulation bends. You don't change the world to raise your consciousness. You raise your consciousness, and the world is forced to realign. This isn't a spiritual fairy tale. This is vibrational warfare, and the only way out: awaken the commander within. Stop negotiating with your fear. Stop waiting for signs. Stop reacting to shadows. Rewrite the source code. You are not a receiver. You are a transmitter. You are not waiting for change. You are the frequency that births it. So burn this into your being. You don't get what you desire. You get what you broadcast. And if your signal is scrambled, your life will be too. But if your frequency becomes aligned, potent, sovereign, then reality itself will kneel to meet you. This is not mindset. This is sacred mechanics. Shift the vibration or stay trapped in the illusion. Lesson 2 ends here, but your frequency? It just evolved. Code 3. Emotions shape matter. The deepest truth. Your emotions are the architects of your reality. This isn't some soft spiritual concept. It's the hidden force shaping the very fabric of existence. You think your thoughts control your reality? Think. Again, it's your feelings that hold the power. Everything you see, everything you experience is vibrating, but there's one vibration, the one you feel most intensely, that dominates everything else. Your emotions are not just reactions. To the world, they are commands to the universe: fear, guilt, anger. They lower your frequency. They create a distortion in your energetic field. They freeze your potential, lock you into loops of suffering, and bind your spirit to lower realms of existence. But when you activate love, clarity, and gratitude, you ignite an entirely new level of frequency. Thoth understood this. He knew that the heart was the core of creation, the most powerful force in the human body, not the mind, not the brain, your heart. The electromagnetic field of your heart is far more powerful than your mind. It has the energy to influence the world around you and the universe itself. The heart knows what the mind can only analyze. This is not just poetic philosophy. This is quantum truth. When you feel something, you anchor that energy into your field. The more intensely you feel, the stronger, clearer, and more magnetic your vibration becomes. Your heart beats at a rhythm that commands reality to bend to it. This is why positive thinking alone doesn't work. You can think all the positive thoughts you want, but if you don't feel them with the depth of your being, nothing will change. Feelings are the energetic signature that shapes your reality. The universe isn't responding to your thoughts. It's responding to your emotional state, the intensity of your feelings. So, if you want to manifest the life you desire, don't wait for it to come to you. Feel it first. Before the reality shows up in front of you, live it in your emotions. Feel the love. Feel the abundance. Feel the clarity. Feel the victory. Once that frequency is anchored in your being, matter has no choice. It has to respond. It's not magic, it's energetic law. Your emotions collapse the possibilities of the quantum field and force them into your experience. You don't need to wait for the external world to change. Change your internal world, and the universe will follow. So stop looking outside for answers. Look inside. If you want to change matter, start by changing how you feel. Code 4. Inner balance. Creates outer harmony. Nothing in the universe stays chaotic for long. Chaos is an illusion. It's the illusion of imbalance, and it cannot last. Everything in creation seeks balance. Everything seeks harmony. It is the fundamental rhythm of existence. If your reality feels like it's falling apart, if things seem disordered, it's not because the world has gone mad. It's because something inside you has lost its center. Thoth understood this universal law, and he revealed it through his teachings. Emotional imbalance is the root cause of all chaos. Your body gets sick, your relationships crumble, your decisions sabotage you. Everything spirals out of control because you've lost your inner balance. This is not random. This is not a coincidence. It's the result of an internal vibration that's gone off course. But here's the most powerful part. Balance does not require effort. It's not something you need to chase or force. Balance emerges when you stop fighting, when you stop trying to control, manipulate, or resist. Balance appears when you simply return to your center, when you realign your inner frequency. When your energy becomes stable, when your frequency centers itself, everything around you begins to reorganize. This isn't just a hopeful concept, it's a universal truth. The universe does not create chaos, it simply mirrors what you vibrate with. And when you stabilize your inner field, your reality cannot help but align with it. You are the center. And as you return to your center, the chaos around you fades away. Harmony is not a distant goal. It is a present state that you can return to. It is your birthright. You don't have to fight the world, you just have to come back to yourself. Code 5. The channels of vital force. Your energy doesn't just originate in the mind. It doesn't just flow from the heart. It moves through your entire being. It circulates through subtle channels of life force that connect everything within you. Thoth called them the currents of life. These invisible channels sustain your energy, keeping it in motion, like rivers of vitality flowing within your field. In modern traditions, we know these channels as Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna, the pathways that regulate the flow of your energy. When these channels are blocked, your energy stagnates. When these pathways are clear, your frequency flows with ease. You experience clarity, presence, and alignment. Even if your mind is filled with positive thoughts, your vibration can still be trapped in scarcity. Why? Because if these channels are overloaded with tension, fear, or energetic neglect, your vital energy cannot circulate freely. When energy is blocked, it causes disruption. When energy flows, everything around you responds with vibrational precision. So, how do you unblock these life-giving channels? Start with conscious breathing. Breathe with awareness, each inhale and exhale intentionally shifting the energy through your body. Engage in intentional movement, releasing tension and inviting the flow of energy to return. Find inner silence. In the stillness, your energy finds its rhythm and begins to move with purpose. As energy circulates freely, your frequency rises and the universe responds again. You begin to vibrate at a higher level, and the external world follows suit. Code 6. Sound is vibration, and vibration is the foundation of everything. Sound is one of the most powerful tools at your disposal. Thoth spoke of it in a way that echoes through the ages. Sing thou the song of freedom. But this wasn't just poetic advice. It was a command, a masterful principle hidden within a simple phrase. Because sound is not merely an expression, it is the architect of reality. It is through sound that the invisible becomes visible, that formless energy takes shape. Modern science proves this with cymatics, the study of sound frequencies creating geometric patterns in matter. Water, sand, and even air dance and transform in response to sound. Your voice, your thoughts, your words, they create ripples in the very fabric of existence. Each sound you produce sends a wave through the universe, reshaping the reality around you. The universe was born through vibration, and it continues to unfold through the vibration you emit. Your words, your intentions, your feelings, all of these are vibrations that resonate out into the world. The sound of your thoughts, the tone of your voice, the rhythm of your speech, they shape the field of energy around you. Thoth revealed that vibration is the force that governs all things, and sound is the tool you use to manipulate this force. What you speak creates waves. What you think creates ripples. What you feel creates shifts in the field. The words you use, the sound you make, they are never just sound. They are the very foundation of your reality. When you speak with truth, when you speak with intention, you alter the fabric of the universe. When you sing with purpose, when you speak with clarity, you become a creator of your own experience. Every word you speak carries energy. Every sentence you utter sends vibrations into the cosmos. These vibrations then shape and organize the world around you. Even in silence, the tone of your intention has a resonance. The universe listens to your vibration, and it responds. So how do you use sound to shape your life? Speak with purpose, sing with intention. Your voice carries more power than you can imagine. The tone, the pitch, the intention behind each word, these are the tools you use to craft your reality. In every moment, you are creating with sound. Every breath, you are shaping the world. When you speak the truth of your soul, when you align your words with your deepest purpose, you unlock the true potential of sound. You are no longer just speaking, you are creating. You are shaping the very essence of reality. And when you speak with clarity, when you sing with purpose, the universe responds with precision, realigning the world around you. Code 7, the flower of life. The universe doesn't just hear you, it listens, because it was designed to listen, and that design has a name, the flower of life. This is not just a symbol, it is the vibrational code that underpins all creation. Thoth revealed that everything in existence, from the smallest atom to the vastest galaxy, is structured upon this ancient sacred pattern. Every line, every arc, every curve within the flower of life echoes a frequency, not symbolic, not poetic, but mathematical. It is a living geometry, a language of vibration that connects the seen and the unseen. It is the code behind atoms, behind cells, behind entire galaxies, and it lives inside you. The flower of life contains the original patterns of creation. It holds the shapes of every sound, every proportion, every element of form that ever existed. It is not merely a design, it is a living mirror of expanding consciousness. That's why you feel something shift when you look at it. Why your soul stirs when your eyes meet its pattern. Because it is more than art, it is activation. Ancient civilizations knew this. They carved it into stone, etched it into walls, guarded it like a secret. Because they understood. This pattern doesn't just represent creation. It vibrates as creation. It is not passive. It radiates. It aligns. It awakens. To meditate with the flower of life is to tune yourself into the core frequency of the universe. To breathe with it is to pulse in harmony with the design of existence. To feel with it is to awaken the same vibrational code that moves the stars and shapes the atoms. You are not separate from this pattern. You are this pattern. It flows within your cells. It whispers through your breath. It sings in your soul. When you bring your awareness into this geometry, you are not practicing spirituality. You are aligning with the blueprint of life itself. You are synchronizing your energy with the divine rhythm that builds all things. The flower of life is not a mystery to solve. It is a memory to awaken, a frequency to feel, a geometry to live. When you align with its code, you return to order. You return to truth. You return to the cosmic structure that has always known code 8, the inner fire knot. All vibration is light, and not every transformation begins in stillness. There is a fire inside you, a living, silent, burning force. It is not rage, it is not impulse, it is power, the sacred force of transmutation. Thoth called it the all-burning flame, the sacred fire that consumes what no longer serves. Fear, doubt, attachment, limitation. This fire knows what to burn, and it knows when to burn it. But when you ignore this fire, when you suppress your truth, silence your calling, resist your growth, the fire turns inward. It becomes corrosion. It becomes destruction. It eats away at your center, not to punish you, but to awaken you. This fire is not here to destroy, it is here to purify. And when you consciously feed it, when you allow it to rise from within with intention, it becomes ascension. This fire has burned since the moment you were born. It is eternal. It does not extinguish. But it does wait. It waits for your surrender, for your yes, for your moment of letting go. Because all density, no matter how heavy, can be transmuted. All pain, no matter how deep, can become light. All limitation, no matter how binding, can be consumed by this sacred flame. You are not meant to carry the weight of your past. You are meant to burn it into wisdom. So let the fire do what it came here to do, not to harm, but to refine, not to break you, but to awaken your divine frequency. Surrender to the fire. Let it rise. Let it purify. Let it set you free. Code 9, polarity. Every vibration moves between opposites, cold and heat, light and darkness, masculine and feminine. expansion and contraction, but as Thoth taught, opposites are not enemies. They are expressions of the same eternal energy. Two ends of the same current, two faces of the same divine truth. You are not here to fight your shadow. You are not here to wage war against your pain. You are here to integrate, to merge the darkness with the light, to unify the split within. The more you resist polarity, the more it distorts your field. The more it rules your vibration from the shadows. But when you welcome it, when you meet it without fear, when you see it, hold it, and understand it, something alchemical begins. Balance is born, and balance is not passive. It is not neutrality. It is power in harmony. It is strength rooted in wholeness. Ascension doesn't come from avoiding pain, escaping anger, or numbing out doubt. Ascension arises when you step into the fire and flood the shadows with your own light, not to destroy them, but to reclaim them. To turn fragmentation into fullness. To integrate polarity is to stop swinging between extremes. It is to find the still point at the heart of motion. It is to transmute contrast into clarity. It is to vibrate as a complete being. This is the path of ascension, not flight, but fusion. Not escape, but embodiment. And through that sacred union you rise. Code 10. Time. You are not bound by the past. You are bound by the frequency that echoes it. Time is not a river moving forward. It is a field, vibrational, infinite, responsive. Your consciousness doesn't walk through time. It anchors to a frequency, and that frequency chooses the reality you live in. Thoth taught that time is not a line with a beginning and end. It is a vibrational spectrum, a multi-layered field where past, present, and future coexist, each one a different octave of experience. You don't return to the past by memory. You return to it by resonance. If you still carry the wounds, the guilt, the patterns, it's not because time won't let you go. It's because you haven't changed the frequency that holds you there. Modern science now whispers what Thoth proclaimed loudly. It is not time that moves, it is consciousness. And when your consciousness shifts, the past begins to dissolve, the future begins to realign, and the now, the eternal now, becomes a portal to new realities. You want to change your story. Don't chase it backward. Don't run toward the horizon. Instead, transform the vibration that sustains the version of you you're trying to escape. Every version of you, healed, broken, powerful, lost, already exists in the field of time. You access them not by effort, but by alignment. Raise your vibration, and time bends in response. Time does not imprison. Frequency does. Change the signal, and a new reality will answer. Code 11. Earth. Thoth taught that Earth is not merely matter. She is mind, soul, and spirit. She is vibration in motion, a conscious force ancient beyond time, spinning not just through space but through you. She listens, she remembers, and she responds with absolute precision to every vibration you emit. When you feel lost, scattered, disconnected, it is not the world that has changed. It is your frequency drifting away from hers, because Earth is not something you stand upon. She is someone you resonate with. Every beat of your heart echoes her pulse. Every breath you take has passed through her forests, through her oceans, her mountains, her silence. You carry her clay in your bones. You carry her memory in your blood. You are not separate from nature. You are her extension. But when you forget this, when your life becomes noise, when your rhythm becomes synthetic, your frequency falls out of tune, not just with Earth, but with life itself. To realign is simple yet sacred. Slow down. Walk barefoot. Let your skin remember sunlight. Let your breath move like the wind. Let your spirit sink into the ground that raised you. Because Earth is not just a backdrop, she is the mirror. And what you send out, she magnifies. With force, with beauty, with clarity. Ascension is not found in leaving Earth behind. It is found in remembering how to move with her, to feel her rhythm, to rise with her song. And when you do, your vibration becomes whole again. Not above nature, but one with it. Code 12. Pure intention. When intention comes from fear, from attachment, from the rush to control, it shatters the field. It fractures the energy. It scrambles your signal to the universe. But when intention rises from stillness, when it emerges from a heart aligned in truth, it becomes magnetic. It organizes the invisible. It creates coherence across all planes. Thoth revealed a sacred truth. The universe does not respond to what you wish. It responds to who you are. Intention is not a craving. It's not a mental scream for more. It is your frequency in motion. It is the silent tone of your being, vibrating in harmony or in chaos. Desires wrapped in doubt collapse under their own weight. Thoughts laced with desperation never reach the higher realms. But when thought, feeling, and vibration move as one, creation responds instantly. You don't manifest by pushing. You manifest by tuning, by becoming the frequency of what you seek. You don't need to beg the universe. You need to embody the truth, and truth has its own signal, clear, constant, undeniable. That's what the universe recognizes. That's what it trusts. Manifestation is not a demand. It is a resonance. It happens not through pressure, but through alignment. So don't just ask for your desires. Vibrate as if they've already arrived. Live as the answer. Breathe as the match. And the field will shape itself around you. Code 13, silence. When the mind quiets, the field speaks. When you listen to what has no sound, you begin to remember what always was. Because all vibration is born in silence. All creation begins not in noise, but in stillness. Not emptiness, but presence. The space where the invisible becomes inevitable. Thoth taught that silence is not the absence of sound. It is the origin of frequency. It is where patterns organize before they appear, where reality is whispered into form. This is why the ancient masters sought stillness. Not to escape the world, but to shape it from within. Close your eyes, not to shut out the world, but to hear the one that breathes behind it. In silence, you feel the pulse before the heartbeat, you touch the light before it becomes visible, you reconnect with the source behind the senses, and then, almost imperceptibly, reality begins to change, not with thunder, but with a shift. People fade from your life without conflict. Doors open, where there once were only walls. Ideas arrive, uninvited but needed. Solutions flow without effort. Time bends, slows and softens, but nothing changed out there. You changed within. Your frequency recalibrated, and the field responded. Because the universe always listens, not to your words, but to your vibration. Your silence becomes a tuning fork. Only what resonates can stay. And yes, that can feel lonely at first, not because you're empty, but because you're clearing the noise. What seemed like misfortune was only misalignment. What seemed like delay was just energetic cleansing. What once felt impossible now flows because you're finally aligned with it. But here lies the secret. It's not about touching a high frequency once, it's about sustaining it. Most feel the shift for a few days, then return to old patterns, old thoughts, old noise, and when life doesn't instantly reward them, they say it doesn't work. But the field isn't impatient, it's precise. It doesn't react to your moments, it responds to your consistency. Thoth reminded us, vibration is law, but the ego demands speed. The field demands stability. You don't need to be flawless, but you must be honest, truthful with what you feel, coherent with what you think, awake to what you vibrate. Many wait for signs before aligning, but signs only appear once alignment has already begun. If you want realities no one else lives, you must hold frequencies few can maintain. That's your edge, that's your power, because if you've come this far, you're already walking a path. Most never touch your staying awake. While the world sleeps, and those who stay awake begin to remember, you were never just the body, never just the name, never just the story or the suffering. Those were garments, temporary, but you were always the field itself, the frequency behind the form, the vibration shaping the invisible into the real. Thoth wrote, "The body is sacred, but it is not you. It is the vessel your consciousness uses to experience this realm of time and space." And in silence, you remember that truth. You are not the sound. You are the silence from which all sound is born. You are not the creation. You are the creator. In stillness, in vibration, in presence. And when that remembrance returns, you never forget again. You are the vibration. You are no longer defined by scarcity, no longer tethered to anxiety or the shadows of your past. Because now, you remember who you truly are, not a bystander in the story, but the author of vibration itself. Reality doesn't happen to you, it emerges from you. With every word you whisper, every emotion you nurture, every intention you sustain, you are scripting the next scene of your destiny. You are the vibrational architect of your life. And when you understand that, guilt dissolves into responsibility. Fear transforms into power. You don't need the world to shift. You only need to shift within, because your frequency doesn't ask permission. It commands the field. It always has. You weren't born to survive. You came here to resonate, so purely, so consciously, so powerfully, that the universe itself realigns around your truth. The 13 codes of Thoth aren't just ideas. They are ancient technology engineered for real transformation. When practiced in the silence of daily life, they reshape everything. The way you speak to yourself, what you tolerate, what you attract, what you radiate, even when no one is watching. Because your frequency isn't defined by circumstance, it's chosen. It's what you decide to hold, especially when everything feels like it's falling apart. It's easy to vibrate high when life is smooth, but it's in the tremors, in the collapse, in the chaos, that your true frequency is revealed. You don't need to control the world, you only need to align, and when you align with who you truly are, reality obeys. As above, so below, as within, so without, as is the universe, so is your soul. This is the essence of Hermes Trismegistus, not just a teaching, but a remembrance. Never forget, the universe doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your vibration. Your vibration is more than just a frequency, it's the cornerstone of your future. What you radiate today shapes the reality you'll experience tomorrow. If this journey ignited something within you, reflect that signal, subscribe,